Welcome back, everybody. Today we're looking at Take It Racing Free, which you can play on itch.io right now. It's a prototype, and we're going to go for it today. It's mainly to get momentum going. Just like I talked about in my last video, it's all about getting something done every day. And so getting your game out there, or your project, or your artwork, or your writing, whatever you're working on, getting it into people's hands, even if you know it's not ready, helps you to know what you need to do next, right? And so we're going to go talk about Take It Racing Free. Made in GB Studio is actually a Game Boy game. You can play it on your Game Boy. So if you download it, you can play it by using an Easy Flash Junior, or if you have an Analog Pocket, you can play it on that. But here's what it looks like. I'm going to be playing an OpenEMU, which is a Mac emulator. But first, let's have a look at this little presentation I have created. And let's talk about it. So, what is Take It Racing Free all about? It is an oval track racer, so you go around in circles. It's not really a real racing game. You'll see that in a minute. You make speed decisions, and do you want to go faster? Do you want to slow down? But you make them fast. You win races, and you get XP. You win money. And you avoid crashing. We all love crashing cars. That's a staple of cars, is how they crash. So that is an important part of this game. And the retro game experience. It's a Game Boy game, so we're about leveling up. Crunchy graphics. It's actually a turn-based game, and it's quick. It's got a quick play and career. That's what it will have. We'll talk about that. So let's get playing. And let's have a jump in here. So, we are looking at Take It Racing Free, and it's quite simple right now, but also not simple enough, if you get my gist. So, first of all, we start on this screen, and we get to choose a sponsor, and it's just this one. So we have to click Select, and then we move on, and then we can choose whether we'll go... Oh, we can only go on this track, so we can only go up or down on laps. I recommend 4 laps to start. We select that, we move on, and we pick a car. We're only level 1, so we can only have 1 car. But the best car, level 30, is this one, which I love the artwork for. So we'll choose this car. We can only choose this engine right now, and we can talk about that later. And then you have to buy some tires, so we're going to press purchase and say yes, select. And then gearing, and this is a very complicated screen, but it's actually very simple, because we just put this up until the acceleration, which is the speedometer symbol next to top speed, is going down as I go up. So when it's 0, that means you won't actually be getting any faster. A higher top speed is unnecessary. So if we put it down, we don't really want to be adding 1 every section. We're going to be adding, let's add 2 every section and go up to a maximum speed of 118. Yeah, or should we try 123? Let's try 123. And you can see at 100 miles an hour, the acceleration is 2, at 60 it's 8. So let's go. Let's see what happens. Section 1, and here is a power bar. We're going to put it all the way to max. That little fire symbol means like burning fuel. This exclamation symbol means slamming on the brakes, and this leaf symbol means eco, meaning we're saving fuel. So we'll put it up to the fire because we need to accelerate. You see the acceleration symbol over on this side. Let's see if I can point to it. Over here is how much acceleration we have. So we want to get up to speed as quickly as we can, because we're only going 20 miles an hour right now. And we only have 10 seconds left to make the decision. The faster we're going, the less time is on that clock down there. You can see we're in 8th place, and we're currently behind the rest. We can also see our pit here, so we can pit when we come around to it. See our fuel, our temperature, and the health of our tires and stuff. So let's go back to this screen. You see, we have much less time now. We're going 74 miles an hour, only got 7 seconds. So the acceleration now we're up here is 5, which is much, much lower. And let's have a look at our place. We're in 7th place, 25, is it seconds or milliseconds? 25 seconds for this lap so far, right? So let's keep going. If we press down, it automatically goes to the next section, like it skips. And it keeps the power that we were on the screen. So let's keep going. Got this little artwork I had taken from photos from the 70s. Technically, I think it's copyright infringement. I don't know. But we're moving up the pack. We're moving up to 3rd. And we're now in 2nd. We're a second behind the guy in front of us. Currently, there isn't drafting in this game, where basically you get a boost for being a split second behind, and I'm going to add that in the next version of this game, because that's what NASCAR is all about. I mean, stock car racing. We're not infringing on NASCAR's copyright here. And I'm talking about the artwork for those scenes. I'm obviously going to remake it, but we're now in we're still in 2nd. We're still a second behind. We're now 99 mile an hour. We're only going up by 3 mile an hour acceleration every time. We should now see we're on 102 mile an hour by that logic. Yep, we are. And are we in 2nd still? We are. It's at the top all the time. And let's keep going. Let's keep going. This game was obviously, I call it turn-based, but it's like timed turn-based. While the games previously you had infinite time to make your choice. So I'm adding the pressure in this game. This game is Ticket Racing 2 with added pressure. We're now in 1st, but we're at the same time as the car. So we're actually alongside each other. Let's see how we do. Okay, we're 1 second ahead now. We're 1 second ahead. That's fantastic. And we're going 110 miles an hour. We know our top speed's 120. But look at these tires. These tires are slowly wearing. Tires actually do affect the stability. There's like a little balancing symbol that has 40 currently right next to it. And that is how stable our car is. And I can't remember how it works because it's a while since I implemented it. But the traction underneath that and the stability go into when you're cornering, how much grip you have, and the likelihood of you losing speed as you go around the corner. Currently, there isn't crashing in this game. And that's very unfortunate because we love crashing, as I said at the start. So we'll see. We'll see how it goes. And 118 miles an hour. We're just burning through fuel. We're going 2 mile an hour extra each time. You see on the right it has the track, like banking and turning angle. Doesn't really make much sense to anyone. I need to think of a way of displaying that's more clear. That like turning multiplier. There's like a little steering wheel symbol that has 1 next to it, meaning our stability is challenged at a higher rate. I think I'll have to think of some way of displaying that better. But yeah, okay, we're still going here. We're in 1st. We're going 123 miles an hour. I think that's our top speed. So I'm going to go back to eco. It doesn't slow us down. We're just not going any faster. And if we were to slow down, we'd have to put on the power again because we need to get back up to speed. But our tires are showing some wear. We don't want to pick such a short race. We'll just waste so much time. Our fuel is at 3/4 right now. Temperature's fine. Our car, see how our car doesn't have like a nose cone on it? It means that the air is going in nicely. And the cars that have a nose cone have much less cooling, but they have much better aerodynamics. Aerodynamics are actually a part of this game, and it affects your acceleration. Currently, deceleration isn't really a thing, so really we should be slowing down if we're not putting our foot on the power, which is kind of what's happening right now. But we aren't slowing down because we're not braking. So, okay, guys, here's the warning. This is the stability warning. We lost some speed. So, we're now getting into dangerous territory. We're in lap 3, and we need to put on the power. Do we? We can decide not to. It's our own choice. But we're only accelerating by 2 miles an hour each time. But that 2 mile an hour could be the difference between losing and winning. That's what's so good about this. We're quite far ahead, way ahead of the competition right now. Let's see what it says now. Yeah, we're on 57. So what's that? 11 seconds they're behind us. They're behind us by 11 seconds. Our fastest lap time, let's have a look in a second, is 30 seconds. I worked this out. For some reason, it means we're traveling at 300 miles an hour. If this track is 2.5 miles long, which it says at the start, if the track is a mile long, then it's more accurate. But that's to do with numbers in GB Studio and the Game Boy not having decimals and you having to round up or down. And I believe I'm rounding down with the times to make it feel like it's more impressive. And it means it comes out as coming out. If you work out how distance over time, it means we traveled 300 miles an hour. But that's fine. Who cares, right? It's fun. It's a game. But I am trying to make it a bit of a simulation, which is, okay, we've lost speed again. It is kind of a bit of a simulation, so I would like it to be semi-accurate. And just being close to the real number would be nice. But, okay, we're still in first, but he's 6 seconds behind now. I think we need to really put on the power. We are, but we're just not. We just don't have that acceleration in us. The grip affects the acceleration too. It more affects it at lower speeds when we're like capped by how grippy the tires are. But when at these really high speeds, it's about stability rather than anything else. And having no tire wear does reduce stability. Okay, we're on our last lap. So where are we? We're coming around the bend. We got a couple sections left. 2 seconds on this thing. Okay, we're losing grip, guys. We're losing grip, and it's really showing. We're losing speed. We're only going 100 miles an hour, but round a corner, that's pretty good, right? We're banking. Okay, we're losing speed. We're losing speed. What are we on now? What's our speed? 92, but we've got the power on. It should be upping by 3, so it should be 95 if we don't lose speed here. How close are we? Oh, we're side by side coming around the last corner, guys. Side by side. Come on. Okay, this better be good. We're in second. And you know we don't have the acceleration. Oh, no. We're really far. We're 2 seconds behind now, guys. We've lost this. But at least we're not third, right? Okay. Beautiful race. That was as good as I could have asked it to go. That is beautiful. That's what's so good about this game and Take It Racing 2 and Take It Racing 1 is that it feels like if you're actually clued into the stats, you know what's going on. It feels good. So we placed second. We earned 80 XP. We leveled up. We're now level 2. We're level 3. We're level 4. We're level 5. We're level 6. So we just unlocked loads of stuff, really. So if we have a quick look. We leave that as is. The car. We haven't unlocked this yet. That's level 7. We've unlocked this. And we've unlocked this. And now it's the stat game, right? It's looking at stats and thinking, which one's better? Do I need more acceleration? Acceleration 470, 300, 580. But yeah, I can't remember if RPM actually plays a part in this or not. Depending on how fast you're going, for example. But the cooling definitely does. Cooling, and the fuel consumption will impact longer races. So let's select this one. And tires, we'll purchase some more. And that means when you go in the pit, you have spares. That's all it means. And the gearing. Now we can have a look at the gearing. The gearing we can put up. And you can see we have acceleration at 160 miles an hour. It's only 2 miles per hour per section. But that's still pretty good. And if we put that back down to what we had last time, then it's at 4. So that means when each section, if we're traveling at 128 miles an hour, we'll be trying to get 4 miles per hour more every time. But we know it won't because it's maxed out. The gearing can't physically go any faster. So we want to balance that, make it nice. So maybe 136 mile an hour. We'll see. That's what's the fun of this game. You get to play again and see if you can go faster, see if you can win this time. But we're done here. Let's talk back in the presentation I got here and talk about what's next for this game. First impressions, let's talk about that, yeah. So, it really needs a tutorial because only I really know what's going on. We're thrown in with no goal or vision, and that needs to change. Icons have no meaning, and it's like a foreign language, 100%. That is the first impression I think people get. that it just needs to be a clear experience. And I'm hoping, and obviously I did that with Take It Racing 2. It's quite a lot of work. However, it's completely necessary, especially for a game, for a new game. So, forgetting about that. What was fun? Leveling up. Leveling up was fun. We got to unlock new things that we get to try with and use. Placing on pole, winning races and beating opponents. That was fun. Actually, knowing that you're side by side with them and that you are close to winning and winning, coming second, that's fun. It would have nice been first though. Choosing a car. I think the artwork is nice, and like being able to look between stats. That's always a good part of gaming, especially like any RPG or strategy game. That's literally the whole gameplay most of the time. And racing on the edge. So knowing that we're pushing the car and it's losing stability, that was fun. Knowing that we're wasting fuel and like making those choices, that's fun to me. And refueling and crashing when it comes to it would also be fun. So what was annoying? The menu control. It was unnecessary, it was complicated, and it was a bit messy. It didn't look very good. Why is the cursor going around when you can just use the controls? I'll definitely have to think about that. Second one, how do I start? What the hell am I looking at? Like clicking through the menus didn't make it obvious what the hell you're doing, right? If in Mario, you don't need a tutorial because it's so simple, and it the gameplay could benefit from being simpler. Too many numbers, especially when they don't mean anything yet. The numbers are good because it's a strategy game, it's a management game, but unless you know what they mean, they are completely worthless and makes the game overwhelming. And bugs, just like when we were sliding out and losing stability, just random numbers showing on screen. That's debugging for me to for me as the game tester to know what's actually happening, but not for the real player. And the player needed to know that the stability was being decreased and we're losing grip and we're sliding and losing speed, but that wasn't properly displayed. It was a bug. I should have fixed that. So, simplification. This is what's needed. This is number one. Simplification. This is easy. Too much too soon. We don't need to see everything. We don't need it all. And consider a simple race mode. So you just click quick race. Bing. You're given a car. You're given a track. And you have to play. I think that would be fun. And cutting out anything else is unnecessary. Obviously, a tutorial would help. And then building up to the late game stuff with all of the choices, right? That's, I think, a better way of introducing it. So how do we increase the fun and decrease the friction? So all those points I went over. Number one, a race class system like in Take It Racing 1 and 2, where we unlock harder races from winning and gaining levels. And also money, I think, should be involved, like in Take It Racing 1 and 2, where you buy entry, and if you lose, then you lose that money. But if you place in pole position somewhere, then you get some of your money back, or, you get all your money back and more if you've won first place or second place. That's a good system I had that needs to be back in here to make it fun to win. And that you have you're putting something on the line, so it really matters to you when you are losing or winning. 2, Take It Racing style info pop-ups to pull us in. We need to know what's going on. I think being told that you are neck and neck with the other racer, and that you've gained a position, or you gained 4 positions, or somebody else in the race has crashed out. That's very valuable information that makes the games really quite fun. And Take It Racing 1 style car modifications. In Take It Racing 1, you could adjust your 4 parts of your car. I think it was the frame, the spoiler, the tires, and the engine. And I think there needs to be just simple slots on your car where you can adjust, for example, how much downforce versus how much a drag your car has. And that will be depending on the track. And obviously that's for late game stuff. So obviously that's why it's a modification. It's It's an upgrade to the base experience. And crashes and explosions. We need to see stuff happening. Those pictures we had, that was okay. That kind of helps the boringness, like seeing stuff. But the pictures would be great if they actually related to the game. And with the text pop-up was to show you what was happening. That would be fantastic. Okay, and then decreasing friction, simplifying menu screens to be more inviting. We've talked that 100 times already now. Quick race mode to jump in quicker. Talked about that. Just being able to press play and play the game rather than having to choose all those random options and gearing and having to figure out the game from scratch. A tutorial for the career mode when you do want to learn how to do all that stuff. And polishing the game. This is bug fixing, testing, and getting it done. It's I've highlighted in the dark orange the most important ones. So obviously, first up would be making the menu screens more inviting and giving the player tutorial. Basically, I wouldn't want to make a quick race first because you want to make the full game. You want to kind of work backwards from the end and make it as in the game you want, and then feed the player information to get them there. And so by simplifying the menus to begin with, having those pop-ups would be great to make the game more fun, and having a tutorial to play would be absolutely fantastic. So, thank you for watching, and go and play Take It Racing free now you've seen me play it, and let me know what you think. Is it fun for you? Now that I've talked through it, if you played it already, now that I've talked through it, does it make the game make sense? And what level are you on? Tell me. And I'll see you in the next video. I'm going to make a video on Sunday, just a little update video, and then next week I'll make a GB Studio tutorial video. I think the video will be about on update. Last video I talked about actors and triggers and things, and scripting in general. But in this video next week, I want to talk about on update scripting because I didn't actually get to that. So I'll put my patrons up on screen right now. Thank you very much to you guys. I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.